Hi, welcome to The Hinge, where we open the door on stuff that's happening in the news or entertainment or stuff from probably 50, 60 years ago that's not relevant to now. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers.
There's going to be loads of spoilers
just for everything.
Entire thing,
just for your entire life. How are you going to die? Who are you going to marry?
Yeah.
What's going to happen? Winter Soldier, Mike. Let's just quickly get that.
Well, we're going to do that one. Okay, it's the Falcon, the Winter Soldier.
Falcon, the Winter Soldier, Captain America,
Winter Soldier. All those names. Spoiler straight away for you there. Yeah. So the whole thing's out. I will say the episode before this final episode, the penultimate one. All the action seemed to be at the start, and then it sort of teetered out towards the end. So I felt like when I left that one, I was sort of a bit like, let's go for the next one.
Even what the action was at the start.
So the action at the start was breaking John Walker's arm.
Yes,
doing that shit because that fight scene was actually really fucking good. Yeah. I really enjoyed that fight scene, and then I enjoyed the training montages. That show was just montage after montage after montage after montage.
I was very glad to be back on the boat. Now I remember and it's coming back to me. I like being back on the boat. I like the fixing stuff up montage. Yeah.
There was 5 montages.
Just there was a soldier walking around with like a cake or something. These sunglasses going, hi guys, I've murdered like 600 people. Anyway, here's a cake.
That episode was sort of a bit blur. I mean, like, just like the WandaVision one, I suppose. Like, that was a bit like sort of like an exposition for the next one episode. But the next episode came out and I was actually pleasantly surprised. And
we're going to be different on this one.
No, I know we are going to be different on this one. I get that it was a bit... I don't know. I didn't really have a problem with anything that Sam said or anything like that. But it was just. I just felt like it didn't have as much of a big hit as they needed to. But I feel like when you're trying to make the bad guy also a kind of good guy, it's kind of hard to do so.
But it was the thing is, I thought the special last episode was very like ham-fisted. Like I didn't disagree. I didn't obviously when he's saying. You shouldn't stop calling those people terrorists when they're blowing up and killing people. It's like, what else do you call them?
But labels are a bit of an issue that we always find. Like, because everyone always says, one person's terrorist, another person's freedom fighter. And obviously there was enough people in America who actually believed in the cause, because obviously enough people are actually standing up in that.
But I don't think. I know there's loads of stuff online where maybe their actual plan was different and there was like
there was a lot of more bad stuff going on by the GRC. So obviously they had to take all that out. So I feel like the plot did get a bit muddy with that.
It was
it was
very hard to be on
Carly Morgenthau's side. Yeah. But I was at the start. That's the thing. So like it's sort of one of those things that like the message is great. It's like in London we're having these but in London there are these big extremist rebellion sort of thing. What if it's called? They're doing quite a lot of anti-pollution sort of not riots, but like what are they called?
Not the other things. Not riots, the other things.
Not riots, the other things.
Protests,
yeah. But it's like they're sort of doing it in quite an annoying way where they're stopping public transport and stuff like that. And they're not actually doing the right things, but their message is really true.
Yeah, but not blowing people up who are tied up in a building.
No, but they're annoying like people from like people are just trying to go to work and they're like, we're going to get on the top of the tubes and we're going to stop all this stuff. But their message is like so true and like people should be listening to them and these people are willing to like sort of be put in jail and be thrown away. But their message is actually just stop fucking polluting. And it's a similar thing to the Carly Morgenthau thing. Like, she honestly like on the cutting room floor there was probably a lot more reason why she did what she did. She did, yeah. But I still don't think that anything that was really... It wasn't that bad. It was quite ideological.
Yeah, but just blowing up people tied up in a
thing. No, I don't think anyone's excusing that. No, but I'm saying like, but the reason, she lost her way with that, but still the message was good. And Sam was just trying to sort of show, look, you guys are the bad guys here. The GRC are the bad guys.
Well, no, I think everyone's just a bit shit, and just things like her ringing up Sam's sister, and it was like a bit. It was all just very underwhelming when halfway through I kind of thought, well, hold on, if we had to cut all that bit out, you could literally just cut her out and you could have changed her from, I know it's completely the wrong thing, but like, I don't know, Rhino from Spider-Man. There's this guy, he's blowing up buildings, he's bad, we've got to stop him. Okay, Sam Walker, are you going to help? Because her the thing she was doing could have almost been replaced with any... because it was so...
because it had to be political.
No,
it had to be...
Because it was done so messily. If it had been done properly. But so instead, he could have gone, hold on, I'd actually rather have more of a black and white. Here's some crazy person doing this.
It wasn't supposed to be black and white, though. That's the thing. It was supposed to be a bit of a grey area. And obviously, Carly Morgenthau killing people was the messy bit, I feel.
No, but also just how it was told. It was very hard to, like... root for her. I don't mind it because obviously it's
I don't
like
think
Star Wars where
they're
they're the bloody.
I don't think you're supposed to root for her.
No, but you meant to sympathise in some sort of way. I didn't sympathise with
You didn't
her.
sympathise with her at all. No. You don't think that
there was never a bit where I was like, oh no, like because it didn't show me stuff it didn't show me any struggles or anything she had to go through.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
It was just really
We've
hard.
not seen the struggles, but the struggles have happened before the blip.
Yeah, and I'm sure
since then,
there's loads of stuff on the cutting room floor. But I think their message, like obviously things like
I feel like Corona fucked them.
Yeah,
big time. So because obviously they can't make out.
I don't
pandemic.
think someone wrote it as it was portrayed on screen because it's clear that a lot of stuff got missed out, and I think there's like a kernel of a good idea there, but it was just too messy. And at the end, it just felt like the Winter Soldier. He had very little to do at the end. It was just a bit like, well, you kind of do that thing, and then obviously, just to be, I know it's a superhero movie, but when he's pushing that van up, Sam's pushing that van up, but his arm he's rich to the snaps at least. He's just gone,
but it is a superhero movie.
It's a superhero, but did then give him the super serum, or show him that his suit improves his. Just if you've got a magic suit made of nano,
that sort of stuff.
No,
like,
because
you really need like an explanation going. Hi guys, sorry, Sam's able to do that because he's got this super suit on, and the camera's going, okay guys, and we have a really shitty montage of like,
we all know
look at the super suit. Yeah, I know, but like, we don't need to see that
I'd rather
sort of
go,
stuff
look, this will help you out, or this will make you stronger, or this will do something. But it was just like, here's the thing, and obviously I know that guy said it, but like, we're not going to give you a helmet, by the way.
Yeah, no,
so
that
you get
was,
shot in the head, you're dead. But even like, John Walker, it was like. It was just kind of, it was fine, but loads of us like, oh, where's that going to go? Is that going to? There wasn't enough payoff, basically. For me, for the characters at the end. Apart from Sam, got to be obviously Captain America. And everyone else got a little bit like.
And like, no, because we got Isaiah Bradley, who had an absolutely fantastic ending.
Yeah, he was good.
No, but he had amazing. Like that was a fucking really, really good tie-up. And I understand that Winter Soldier didn't really do that much, but it kind of felt like he was sort of able to move on, and they did shoehorn the Winter Soldier there massively. Carly Morgenthau.
No, but he didn't get shoehorned. He just got. He got left on the side. It's like, well, what's he going to do? And it's like, well, I guess he can kind of run around and punch a door.
But it was the story of how, like, I understand that they didn't want to set this up and be like, they didn't want to call the show how the Falcon becomes Captain America.
No, but we all knew that was going to.
That was all going to be the thing. But it was. I don't know. I thought it was done very well, it was interesting. And given that it's not a film and they have to sort of space this out in these 60 minute,
bad writing or bad, it can be on anything. It can be. It doesn't matter. You can have a 10-minute short story. You can still have good writing. With no budget.
No, but it had good writing. It just had bad like editing. I think. Like the writing, like it's like there's so many things that like it makes no sense.
How it was chopped together was just editing will be a big part. It was a thing where I thought this is great for season 2. They've kind of got a lot of the parts are great, and now that spoiler, obviously the girl's dead anyway. You've kind of got I don't like John Walker.
Is she dead though? How is she dead?
I don't know. But I watched this yesterday when I was.
She got shot twice before by Zemo. So I don't think she is dead. She just sort of gets put on the paramedic thing. And no one touches her neck and goes.
Yeah, and the Zemo thing was like, oh, he's blown on his dad's from the car. It's like, oh, they're dead. But,
oh no, that I thought was quite cool. I thought it was much bigger than a Disney film. I thought it was much bigger than a Disney show that was just going to be about Disney stuff. I thought Disney was incredibly hypocritical, by the way. Sorry, you can't pretend like, oh yeah, you need to do better and have Sam telling people in Congress that you need to do better, and then you're going to put so much money towards the Republican Party. You're being very, very fucking hypocritical.
Disney are terrible. They have all this stuff.
But Disney are awful. But like, just like, fucking do the right thing. I know Fox have done the same thing.
Everyone's terrible.
It's not a political route.
We're using an iPhone, using an iMac. We're hypocrites as well.
No,
we're using stuff.
But like Disney just being like, you are a company that can do better and can make change, and yet you've got a guy sort of going, you need to do better.
But yeah, the bit at the end where it was just like, and it just didn't quite work for me. All the parts are there, and
I thought the action was fantastic in the last episode.
But last night I was randomly bored, and I was typing on my computer, and I just randomly looked at Captain America: Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. The fight when they're on the freeway, where basically they jump off the side of a bridge and he fights Bucky for the first time properly, and they have the knife fight. And I thought, is that going to look a bit shit now?
Wait, was the knife fight not up in the thing?
I think there's a few knife fights, but that's the one where he actually takes off the mask.
And he's like, Bucky? He's
like, Bucky? That fight is only like 2 minutes. I thought it looked shit, because I thought everything... It's so good and so intense, the music, everything... And I kind of thought I wanted a bit. Obviously, I know they're friends, but that kind of intense, just bombastic, fucking cool action. I wanted a little bit more of that in Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I thought the end could have just had. I personally thought that John Walker was just going to go off his tits a bit more than he had done the previous episode, and maybe had to have a fight, a proper. I don't know. I think he was.
Well, the thing is, though, I think what they're setting up for there is John Walker sort of being seen as okay in the public eye. You
he's
know,
a
like,
US agent, isn't he? 'Cause
yeah.
is that the after, was it
But that's kind of like, it feels like that's kind of being hidden at the moment from the public. But it feels like when the John Walker thing happened, they were just
is he a
trying
good guy? Like at the end, was
Well,
everyone
like,
like, yeah,
yeah, but that's the thing. And I think, well, it's the
like,
blurred lines. That's the thing. It's all trying to be great. Like, I understand that it doesn't have to be like, oh, it's so clear to see who the good guy is, who the bad guy is, what their motives are, because people's motives are fucked up. Like Black Panther, people's what's it called? Michael B. Jordan's motives. They were pretty fucked up, but a lot of people really supported that. Thanos, his motives were really fucked up, but a lot of people really supported that. You know, Thanos was an awful person, but obviously he did a lot of good in the world according to a lot of people. Yeah. And that's the questions that we're asking here. And I don't think by being like, oh, Carly Morgenthau, oh, she killed people, that means she's automatically a bad guy.
I don't think it's on my...
I just think it's like to have... But it's like terror. It's like, what else are you going to do? This person was completely powerless. No one's got any power. She can't go up and... She tried to go up and
she has a super
defeat
serum.
the GRC.
She has some sort of power. There's other ways of doing stuff.
No, but by only violence when you've got the super serum. And that's what Zemo was saying. That's the thing. You can only do it... Like, yeah, Carly Morgenthau did it in the wrong way. But you can either do it through, like you are fucked unless you've got, like... Unless you can literally go in and speak to these Congress people and just tell them to stop, but no one's going to stop. Because it doesn't affect the big people.
There was no... It never thought like she was the underdog or she was downtrodden or she'd had a terrible life. And I say, maybe that's all the
power broker was chasing her throughout the entire show, and we were sort of seeing that she was scared of the power broker and she was running away from this mystical character.
I just didn't...
Sharon is the power broker, by the way. What do you think of that?
I was just like, okay. But no, it was fine. It was. I preferred it overall. I much preferred it over WandaVision.
Oh, yeah,
but
I did.
I
as
liked
well.
some of the weirdness in WandaVision just because it was so different. But then it kind of lost its way. 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. I mean, I would probably go
highs, lows.
I'd probably go about 7.5. I think it's. I thought it was just. I have to say that scene right at the end with Falcon when he became the Winter Soldier. Sorry, when Falcon became... When it all meshed in and they became the same person.
Combined.
No, when he became Captain America, I have to say, that was really, really, really cool. And that whole scene where he didn't have to say... The ending didn't have to be a fight. It could just be a conversation. And that's sort of what needs to happen more. And that's what I think it's trying to prove. It's trying to not be like, fighting isn't the right way to go. You've got to just get down in front of the people and tell them in front of loads and loads of press. And that camera there, camera there, woman, you need to sort yourself out and you need to be better. Congressman, because everyone knows that congressmen need to be better.
Obviously, I know Carly killed those people, but I realise obviously Sam killed loads of people throughout the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, oh yeah, you're dead. Bang, blow this icon, push him into a canyon.
It's like what De La Fontaine was saying. Is it De La Fontaine? Whatever. De Fontaine or whatever.
Oh yeah.
She was saying it's like, oh yeah, you do have to kill people if you want to do what you need to do.
I watched The Sword of Doom.
Okay, yes, I saw you posted about.
Yeah, I bought this ages ago. I'm not going to spoil much. Basically, it's about a samurai who is a complete psycho. It was very enjoyable, but I'd heard that the ending was quite abrupt. I'm not going to tell you what the ending is, but it was based on I think it's like what's like a story that goes to like magazines and stuff. What would you call it? Like a continuously going on. Yeah, but not a manga. Basically, continuously going on a story that hadn't been finished or whatever, and they were going to make 3 movies, but they didn't. They only made the one.
It was a magazine.
Do you know this kind of? Do you like Stephen King used to do most of his stories were like a continuing story?
Is it not pulp? I always thought they were like pulp things, but no.
Anyway, but it's about a samurai who's just completely almost emotionless and just kills people and just slowly sort of goes mad.
And he's a samurai, or he's a Ronin?
Oh, he's a Ronin, sorry. Right. But the fighting is fucking amazing. He's got this special silent technique, and everyone's trying to beat him. But he's so good, but he's also so emotionless, so he just doesn't really think about what he does, how it's going to affect things.
Okay.
And I watched the whole film, and it was very good. The ending is fucking hell, it's so abrupt. And there's some amazing fights where it's the whole one versus loads, but done in such a good way. We're like, fucking hell, this guy's winning. It's not like, oh, we're going to stand at the back. But, watch the whole film. I recommend it. I'm like watching it going, who is this guy? He's so fucking good. It's the actor from Harakiri, who's in the whole of Harakiri, and at no point, because he's like very clean, and this is very clean shaven, and he's so evil.
That's cool.
I didn't even realise, and I'd watched Harakiri like recently, and I was like, God, he's so like mesmerising, but he's like horrible, but he's
Did
like...
you do the laugh?
No.
You didn't do the laugh, so you didn't know.
But it was like a proper... You wouldn't have bet £1 million it was the same people. But it wasn't quite as accessible as Harakiri, because it's like made from a story that's continuing. There was loads of like story threads that didn't go anywhere.
Oh, so this is like a part of a...
It's like a start of a trilogy that was never made.
Right, okay, cool.
So there's all these threads where you're like, oh God, when they meet them. Oh wait, they don't meet them. There's a bit of that where you're like, oh no. But the fighting was really, really good. sound, everything was really good. But the main actor completely, I don't know, it was like watching Harrison Ford for a whole film and then watching another film and going, oh my God, that's Harrison Ford. Like, he just completely sold it. He was so cold and horrible. Because obviously in Harry Q, he's quite, obviously a bit creepy, but he's quite likeable. Like, he's got something about him. Whereas this, he was like made of stone, like very, but yeah, cool. The Sword of Doom. And also, don't let your kids watch it. The amount of
12?
Like, there's obviously like sexual assault in it.
Obviously. I mean, it is a samurai
people's like hands, fingers getting crossed. So many, hundreds of people died.
It's a 12.
If it was in colour, it must have been like an 18. I couldn't believe it was a 12. I was watching going, well, who's watching this as 12? Like,
that's
anyway,
crazy.
The Sword of Doom, definitely worth a watch.
Yeah. By Michael Crichton.
Michael Crichton.
Again.
R.I.P.
Lego Masters. I watched the Channel 4 one, and it was just a bunch of children with their dads, and the kids were just, and the dads were like, "No, you just do this. Just
that
go
was
and
like a set challenge,
go and get me." Yeah, they were all like,
they
were all set challenges, but they were all done with their kids.
Oh yeah.
So the dads were always like, "Okay, go and get me some bricks," and they were always really controlling, and the kids were just sort of fucking around, and the dads got stressed.
I'm doing this for my kids.
Yeah. And the kids always cried as well. It was really brutal, and you were just like, "Oh, I feel so sorry for you." But this one, it was like adults, and all the adults were crying.
Oh, just adults.
And it's just adults, so it's adult teens, and he makes some fucking
Give
sick
me
stuff.
a challenge, like give me.
So right, one. Okay, I'm just gonna spoilers if you don't want to know what the challenges are later. This is about the 7th or 8th challenge, and they have to make Star Wars dioramas.
Oh, cool.
And so she have to select scenes from Star Wars, and they have to create it. And so you have to create the Battle of Crate, or the Battle of Hoth, or the Battle of Endor out of minifigures. Well, they have got the minifigures, but they have to create their own ships.
Okay.
And they get 16 hours to create. So this guy has to make 2 fucking AT-ATs in 16 hours with no instructions, nothing. Just have to build them from his knowledge of what AT-ATs look like. And the other guy has to do an AT-ST and like fucking the Hoth Endor base. It's not Endor base, Endor. Forest Moon of Endor, shut the shield generator. Yeah, it's really good, and people get angry. People get fucking stressed. There's a guy who I absolutely despise. He's just a fucking horrible man. I think he's got a real bad edit in it, but I still love to hate him.
He got the villain edit.
He got the villain. 100% he got the villain edit. He like screams at his partner, and he's like, "I just don't think you understand Legos." It's so funny.
I'll watch it. I like the idea of having like a challenge.
It's like Drag Race.
Like a scrap heap challenge. That's what I was thinking of. You have to build a thing to do.
Yeah, there's like 4 episodes on Channel 4 on 4OD at the moment. Yeah. So you'll be able to, like, I've seen like all of them, but you'll be able to keep going and you'll really enjoy it. But they are really, really good. So definitely watch that.
Speaking of Drag Race, just quickly for all the people
we've got to do this at the end, Joe. Otherwise, people turn off. We've got other. I
was going to do like 30
news.
seconds. I was going to say.
Okay.
Wait, what? Oh, it's Simone won. I was fine with that.
Simone, it's actually. We've been saying it wrong the entire. Everyone says it's Simone, but it's Simone apparently.
Simone was fine. I was slightly annoyed that Candy got so far.
I'm very annoyed.
That's my opinion from watching it. By the end, I was like, got me.
To be honest, when I got Mick for looks, I feel like I think he had more all round. I would say like Gottmik was very, very funny as well. Like she's really good, but I feel like part of me is like. I don't want the best ones to win. Sometimes I'm like,
because they're already sort of set.
But like they don't have to. You don't see them ever again. Like so, you got like Bianca Del Rio, one of my favorite drag queens ever, and fucking Bob the Drag Queen. They both won their seasons, and we never saw them in All Stars, and we don't get to see any more of them. Like Bianca Del Rio, what the fuck do you do? I mean, Bob the Drag Queen does her own sibling rivalry or watch her or whatever. But like, I don't get to see them ever again. So I actually quite like it when they have to get sent into All Stars. And you have to see more of them.
I was slightly sick of the reveals where it was so obvious, where it's like, here, I'm going to have my hair, where Simone had her hair that high with the thing that popped out the top. And it was like, oh, I've got this big hat. What? And it's like, it's just like wearing big coats like Marge Simpson when she goes to Candy Convention. It's like, it's clearly, and it's like not exciting. You need to mix it up. Like, the reveals were just like, oh, I've got these big shoes on, I'm going to take these carrots and throw them. Just, not that, obviously, but just stupid, obvious... Yeah. Oh, well, obviously something's there, and it was like...
Yeah, you could see that there was something about the actual that giant Prince hair, wasn't it?
It's like not about the performance as much. It was like too proppy.
Yeah, I mean, she is the best performer out of the lot.
No, but all of it, I think in that last one, virtually everyone had some sort of real... Even if it was just like a dress that turned into a thing.
Yeah. Oh, what, the whole reveal. I feel like since...
Rosie go again?
Rosie went against Candy, that's the thing. Rosie should have beat Candy.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Well, the thing is, it should have been Rosie versus Simone, Candy versus Gottmik, and then Gottmik and Simone in the final. Like, they should just make it like a vote system. So, like, like all of the queens vote for your place, so that's who you go against or whatever. Or it's like
I
scoring.
I was very happy that Lala Ree got Miss Congeniality.
Yeah,
I really like
there was
Lala
no
Ree
one
out.
else that really could have got it though.
Yeah.
Like because everyone who was actually going to be Miss Congeniality, because Candy would have got it if
but she
if
was.
she got
I
knocked
think-
out. No, because it's not Miss Congeniality, it's Mrs. Popular, and Candy's the most memeable. Candy is
popular. Is like a. I wouldn't want to watch her do a
But would you?
performance.
But people
Lala
would.
Ree I'd watch
people,
10
well,
times over.
People would because she came sort of second. Like, you know, Rue sort of decides it on
know,
people's
it's just a
popularity.
bit-
And everyone, I really didn't like the fact that she beat Rose. I thought,
I
thought
know
Rose
you're-
did much
you're
better.
Team Rose. I know, but I would 100% agree with you. The whole fact that Candy was still in it, I was just I was like, this is one of those
She's been
things
saved
where
like
it's
4
just like,
times.
yeah, it just seems a bit silly.
fucking
But no, yeah, it was fine. I
We
didn't
won't
like
talk
all the-
about Drag Race for
Yeah, we
long.
won't talk about Drag Race for long.
You know you've been in this bin and it's devil. You're eating all the fries from my Five Guys burgers and fries.
Did you ever play the James Bond one that we're talking about? The one that sort of had like not Hugo Weaving. Or is it Hugo Weaving?
Hugo Weaving?
Not Hugo Weaving. Green Goblin.
Oh.
Harvey, no.
No. Wait,
Norman-
Green Goblin in what?
Norman
thing?
Osborn. In the original.
William Dafoe.
William Dafoe.
This is what game William Dafoe.
He was meant to be playing Max Zorin's
Oh yeah.
cousin or brother.
At last we meet face to face, Mr. Bond. I've been looking forward to this ever since you killed Max Zorin.
Then I assume you're looking forward to suffering the same fate.
And he was against Pierce Brosnan.
Is it Nightfire? Or is it Gold?
It's the one with the Porsche Cayenne as the
There was
the car,
a
and it was on
few
PlayStation 2 and I used to play it with Dave Fitzgibbon.
Yeah, I think did you have grappling hooks in the multiplayer?
I don't think there was a multiplayer. I don't remember there being a multiplayer. It was like
There was one
really good.
Nightfire. There's like 4 or 5 of them because one of them used to have these tokens you collect and go da 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 when you collect
Yes,
these
I
tokens
think
in
it
the
was
level.
one of those.
And you
Oh yeah, no, because you did good shit that was James
yeah,
Bondy,
and it would do
and it would go
that's the 007 like thing.
I think that was the one.
I
Anyway,
don't think
do you,
Defoe's in
I
it.
remember. No, yeah, he
I
was
played
the
it,
bad guy,
yeah.
but he played Max Zorin's. I mean, like I always think those two actors always get really confused in my head.
What?
Max Zorin
Sorry,
and William Dafoe.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, Christopher Walken
yeah.
and William Dafoe.
I was
Always
thinking
get really
Drax.
confused.
When you said Max Zorin, I instantly was thinking of Drax.
Yeah, Drax. Who plays Drax? He's like a weird sort of like Russian looking dude,
Yeah.
isn't he? I don't know how we were even going
This is all going to be edited to a nice little 8-minute
I
section.
can't believe this is going to happen. Thank you very much for watching The Hinge.
was weird.
We've given you a fucking load of news here, haven't we? You fill your boots.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're going to do with it. Anyway, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.